Hi guys, in this video we are going to design a simple application in React framework, and the name of the application is Contact Keeper. So basically in this application we are going to create fields where we can enter the name, the email and phone number, and we can save them inside our website. So basically we are going to use local storage, and the purpose of the local storage is that if in case we do a refresh or again open our website, then the data will be already present there. It will not be deleted. So that's why we are going to use local storage, and let's see how we can create that application. So for that, first we need to open a command prompt and create a React project. So for creating React application, there is a command called as npx, then create React app and the name of the application. So I will keep the name as Contact Keeper, and if we hit enter, then it will create all the template for us. Just we need to wait a couple of seconds and the project will be created. As you can see, the application is created successfully. Now we need to open that application in Visual Studio Code Editor. So I will directly right click that folder and there will be an option open with code. Now we can see the folder structure for the React application. There will be an src folder and all the files will be placed inside that. And we are going to write code inside this src folder. Okay. So first let's try to run the application and see whether it works properly. So I will create a new terminal, and here you need to paste the run command, that is npm start. So you can see the application has started successfully and there were no compile issues. Okay, so what we will do, we will delete the unwanted stuff such as this test files, this logo that we don't want. Okay, so I will delete this one, then logo.svg, report web vitals and setup tests. Okay, after deleting this file, you can see we got some errors and we need to fix them. The problem is like we had imported that files. Okay, so basically inside this app.js file, there is logo imported, so we need to delete it. And I will delete all the code because we don't require it. Next one will be in the index.js file where we need to delete this report web vitals because we don't need it. Then we need to delete the import too. Okay, so once this is done, you can see here the successful message will appear that the webpack has been compiled successfully. Okay, now we will create the files. So first we will create a folder, that is component folders in src. After that, I will create another folder for placing the style sheets. Okay, so inside component we are going to create two components. First one will be a contact form where from which we can enter the information, and next one will be the contact table where all the data that we had saved will be displayed in a form of table format. Okay, so let's create it. First one will be the contact form and next one will be the contact table. Okay, so once this is done, then we need to create the style sheet for each component. So first let's create it for contact form. I will name it as contact form dot module dot css, and for contact table it will be same. Okay, and I will move this app.css file into the style sheet. Okay, and rename it to app dot module dot css. Okay, this thing have been done, and we can see there we got one error, and the error is with the import. Okay, so here we had imported it as app.css file, so we need to change its location as we are importing it from styles folder, and the name is app.module.css. We can see it has been compiled successfully. So let's start with the application. So first thing that we will do is we will create a div. As it is already created, we will rename it to the another class, and let's give the name as styles dot app container. Okay, so here I will change the styles format. Okay, so we had done this change. Then we need a heading where we are going to display the name of our application, which will be the contact keeper. So I will create a heading, and the class name will be styles dot heading. The name will be contact keeper, and after the heading there will be one input. So the main purpose of this input tag will be to create the search bar where we can search the contacts. Okay, so I had created input. The type will be of text format. The placeholder, let's give it as search contact. Okay, let's give it a class name of let's search input. Okay, and then we are going to create contact form. Oh, and next thing will be the contact table. Okay, so for this two we had created files, and we are going to create it individually. Okay, so in the contact form I will create a React snippet, and here we are going to create a form. It will have a class name of, let's say, styles dot form container. Yeah, and we need to import the styles. Okay, so for this, import styles from. So we had created a form, then we need to create the input. So first input will be for the name. So it will have a placeholder of name, and let's give it a class name of styles dot input field. Okay, so same thing we need to do it for email and phone number. So I'll copy this thing. Here we need to change it to email, and next thing is to phone. Okay, and then we need to create a button to hit the submit option. So it will have a type of submit, class name, let's say styles dot submit button. Okay, actually we don't require this. Oh, so we had created this contact form, and in app.js we will import it. So simply you need to write here contact form, it will automatically import it, and let's see how it looks. Okay, we have not added any styles yet, so that's why it's looking like this. In app module.css, let's add some styling. So first we had created an app container. The max width of 9 px. It looks better now. What we can do, we can put this into the main container because we need to show the input, and besides that we need to show the table too. So for that, inside app.js where we had placed this contact form, I will create a div, and class, what's it's going, the class name will be styles dot, let's say, main content, and I will add this thing into that. Okay, so let's create style for that too. Display will be in a flex format because we are going to show side by side. And let's give it a gap of 2 rem. Okay, so we had created the main body where this is a search bar and this is the input box. Now we need to create another one for table. So before creating that, let's style this thing, the contact form. Okay, so inside contact form .css file, I will create the rest. Okay, so first thing is the form container. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it looks much better now, I think. So we had created an input form, and the next thing that we need to create is the contact table. Okay, so inside contact table, first I will create the function, and we will create a table container and place a table. So the headings of the table will be the name, email, phone, and there will be an action section so that we can edit or delete the contact. Okay, so for that, let's create a div. Okay, now inside that, we need to create a table, and class name for the table will be, let's say, styles dot contact table. Okay, and then there will be a t head. So table row and table content will be name, email, phone, and actions. Okay, this looks better. And after table head, we need table body. So inside t body, let's create some dummy example. So first one will be the email. Let's say a at the rate gmail.com. Then, oh sorry, it is table row, right? Data should be in table D, and name, let's say it's Aditya. Then the email is a at the rate gmail.com. The next thing is the phone number, and then we're going to add two action buttons. So for this one, let's give it a class name as styles dot it is an edit button. So edit button. The same thing, we need to create another for delete button. Okay, we had created it, and we will add the functionality later. So let's see how it looks. Oh, we had not called it here. So here we are going to call it, let's say, contact table, and we can see a table has appeared here, and there are two buttons, edit and delete. So let's add some stylings to this table component. Okay, so it will be in table module.css. So first, this table container, right? Naming convention. Okay, so let's say flex is one. Just a correction. I had given this one as capital letter, so I had changed it to small one. In this way, we had designed the table too. Okay, so the thing that we need to add is now is the functionality. We need to create an array where we can store these contacts. We had used it hard coded, that's why it's appearing here. So we will create we will use an use state hook and create the array which will store all the contacts, and that contacts can also be saved to the local storage. So let's do it. So basically in app.js file here we can create the contacts variable and the set contacts. So basically we are going to use state hook, and that value will be returned from the local storage. First we will get all the contacts from the local storage. So first there is an method called as get item which can get all the values saved for a particular key. So here we can assign a key as contacts, and we will check if contacts saved contacts are already present, then directly assign it to the contact, or else we can parse an error. So if saved contacts are present, then we are going to parse it because that will be available in a string format, and return it, or else we are going to return the empty values. That's the thing. And okay, so Once the contacts are created, we can pass those contacts into the table. So here I will directly pass it. And in contact table, we can retain it. Okay. So here we can directly map the contacts using the map function. We need to fetch each contact individually, and then okay. So here, rather than using hard-coded value, we can paste the values from the array. Okay, and we need to create another two methods. So first one will be the delete contact and next one will be the edit contact. So that methods will be created in app.js file and we are going to import it in the contact table. So we can do the same thing here. Delete contact and edit contact. And we can assign the on click. Okay. So on clicking edit contact, on which body or which row we had clicked, that contact will be sent to the input form, and from where that we can change the values of that particular contact and save it. So for delete, we need to do the same thing. On click, and in this part we are going to pass the email because we are going to filter through email and delete that particular contact. Okay, so in index.js file, sorry, in app.js file, we are going to create those functions. So first one will be delete contact, which will receive an email, and we will set the contacts where we are going to filter the present contacts, and in that we need to take a care that the mail that we don't want will be omitted. Okay, so as in delete contact we are going to pass the email that we want to delete, so it will filter all the contacts that are not having email equal to this one and set it to set contacts. Okay, so and another thing is we need to edit contact handler. We're going to create a handler for editing the contacts, and here we are going to use another hook, set edit contact. Okay, that we will create here, const Okay, so this thing has done. Now we need to pass these both methods to that contact table. So first one is delete contact. The method will be delete contact, and delete contact will be edit contact handler. Okay, now inside the contact form, we are going to pass two methods. First one is add contact. We're going to create it. And next one is edit contact. So in edit contact, we are going to save the new contact that we are creating. Okay. So in contact table, we had used it. Now in contact form, we are going to use that methods. This one is add contact. Okay. So first we will create some values for name. So first we will check if there is the if we click on this edit contact on that table, then the data will be added to that input box. Okay, so we will check if we had passed edit contact, then we are going to set this values. Okay, or else we are going to set it empty. And this thing we are going to trigger it when we had any contacts that are going to edit. Okay, and the next thing is we're going to handle the submit. This prevent default is for when we try to submit the form, then it prevents the refreshment of the page. So we'll check if name is present, email is present, and phone is present. Then we will trigger this add contact method and pass in name, email, and phone inside it. And after passing it, we are going to set all the values to its default. Okay, we have done this thing. Now we need to add a value. So first one will be name and on change. Okay, same thing we need to do for email and pass, for email and phone. Um, Here the value will be email. Okay, we have done this. Now we will check if in case edit contact, if we had passed any contact to edit, and if this exists, then the button will be change text to edit contact or update contact, or else it will show as usual add contact. Okay, and one more thing we need to do, we need to add an on submit onto this form. So here it will be handle submit. Okay, now in app.js file we need to add that add contact function. So I will write it here. As we had passed contact into this function, so first we will check if it is an edit contact, and if it is, then we'll set contact to so here we had checked if it is an edit contact, then we will change that particular contact and again set it into our other contacts, or else if it is new contact, then we are going to take the existing contacts and place the new contact inside it. Okay, now we need to pass this method in add contact. Okay, we had already passed it. Now let's check whether it works or not. So if we hit on add, you can see the contact has added here. So the problem is if we try to refresh, then these contacts disappear. So we need to handle that particular issue. So for that, we are going to use the use effect, and if contacts are present, then we are going to set, but we are going to use stringify method, and this step will be done in each case when the contacts are modified. Okay, now let's check. So if we hit enter, the contact will be present, and if we reload, so you can see it has not deleted. And if we hit on this edit button, the values will be added here and the button will be changed to update contact. So let's say the number is changed from this to this one, update contact. Yeah, the number has changed and the button has regained its functionality, that is add contact. And if we try to reload, this contact will appear here, and if we try to delete, the contact will be deleted. So in this way all the functionality is working, but we need to work on this search functionality. Okay, so let's get into the code. For this I will create another array which will be used for search terms. So for this we are going to use the function filtered contacts, and we are going to filter all the present contacts. So basically if we will take a single contact and then check if any pattern matches for the thing that we had entered in the search bar. So for that, first we convert this to lowercase and then check if the particular substring that we had entered includes inside the name or email or phone number. Okay, and we're going to add this search term inside this input method. So value will be search term, and on change e dot target dot value, and where we are passing all the contacts in contact table. So here we will pass the filtered contacts. Okay, so let's see in the application. um, the contact is added. Let's try another contact, say Ram or at the rate. So these both contacts are added. So if I need to search with R, then it will show Ram. and if I enter any character that is present inside both the things, it will show both. But if I enter any character such as R is only present inside Ram. Okay, it is not present in Aditya. So if I enter this contact, it will show me only this particular contact. So in this way, our searching functionality is also completed and our application is fully done. If we want to delete, we can delete it. If we want to edit, we can edit in. Okay. So in this way, our application has been completed. In next video, we will try to host it using any free website so that the link can be shared to anyone to watch. Okay. So we had created a React project and we had showcased how we can create contacts, how we can use the local storage to save the contacts and added all the functionalities inside it. So now let's meet in the next video. For now, bye bye.